wipe them out. All of them. Now, y'all may be wondering what I'm doing here on my Wii screen, and that's because I bought Mega Man 10 back when it first came out. Not the day it came out, but when it came out on its original consoles. It was fairly new, and so I've actually played the original version of the game. And of course, we don't need to see the intro, the intro, sorry. But, what we can do is see a lot of things that, how the original version differs from, the Legacy Collection version. For starters, it looks a lot muddier than, the Legacy Collection version. So it's noticeably not as pretty, but it still looks alright. I mean, it's in 8 bits. It's like that whole thing with, the AVGN when it was yeah, HD! Now let's play some 8 bits. It's like that. Well, in this episode, I'm actually going to show off some things that I missed in the last episode, things that I saved for this video, rather. So, I'm welcoming y'all back to the extra video of Let's Play Mega Man 10, because we're not quite done yet, and for starters, I'm here in this challenge stage, and we're watching a replay, because screw you, I already did it, it's legitimate. Because I still managed to beat this, so leave me alone, Internet. But anyway, as I was saying, this is my fastest time, and I'm actually going to be showing off a lot of the things that I didn't show off in previous videos. So, the thing with this stage is that apparently it's a recreation of old Game Boy stage, as are the other 2 stages, the other 2 special stages, because this game, unlike Mega Man 9, includes 3 special stages and not just 1. And furthermore, they are superior to Mega Man 9, because something neat happens when you beat them. You get new weapons! So yes, they actually give you weapons for Mega Man. Specifically Mega Man, and not Proto Man or Bass, but still, that is cool. And it gives you an actual incentive to play these stages. Because these aren't just shabby weapons that are, terrible, these are really good, too. And the info cards for these Mega Man killers, because that's actually what they're called, they're not Robot Masters or anything like that. The info cards actually come from the Mega Man and Bass CD database. You may be thinking, what? And the answer to that is that these Mega Man killers originally showed up in the Game Gear games, and so the Mega Man and Bass CD database includes information on them. And so you get, Anchor, Punk, and Ballade. I think it's Ballade, it could be Ballad, but whatever. Still, the stage design is pretty fun, and I also enjoy them a lot more than the one in, Mega Man 9, because the level design was alright in that. But in this, I just genuinely enjoy them because they have a pace and they feel like they were made for speed runs. And so we're actually getting to show off them, and I will be showing off the weapons that these special stages give you. Apparently, Anchor's good point is that he's soulful and he likes that nabeyaki udon. I have no idea. I think it's some sort of Japanese food, but I don't think I've ever had it, and I would not be able to attest whether that's any good. But Punk, on the other hand, actually likes fighting fair and square, so he's like me. I like that. Which is why I am not going to be using an energy tank against him. Well, I don't know what I'm saying I am going to. I've already beaten it, and you're seeing a replay. But still, I beat him without using an energy tank, and he doesn't get an energy tank, so why should I use one? Admittedly, I have never played the Game Boy games, so I can't really tell you whether or not these recreations of the Game Boy stages are accurate, or how faithful they are, or whatever. But it's still kind of neat. Plus, these are some of the best weapons in the game. Watch this, I'm just gonna, run past the coming up Crusher section. Because, yeah, I'm just that awesome. You don't need to stop for this. And for anyone who says that, this game has a bad soundtrack or that it's lackluster, I would also point to 2 of the 3 special stages. Punk's theme, which is probably my second favorite stage theme in the game, and Ballade's theme, which, while not being my favorite in the game, is still pretty good. I like it. The only one that I don't much care for is Anchor, and I know there are a lot of people who do like that. I'm not really one of them. But, yeah, that's pretty neat. They brought back some old Game Boy game characters, even though I have no idea who these are. And I've never really played the Game Boy games. So, there's that, but still, I'm going to be going through all of them. And I find Ballade's stage, I'll just call him Ballade, I don't care. And his stage is probably the funnest of them all. I think it's probably the funnest because of how hazardous it is. And it has a nice pacing, and of course I also like the music to it. And yeah, this is it, folks, we're almost done. But since this is the extra video, I may as well go over some things that I forgot to mention or talk about. The first step being the underwater Metals, or Mets, or whatever they're called. Anyway, they can be, not that annoying, actually, they're pretty easy. But what they do is they shoot a sludge at you, purple sludge, and so if you, watch yourself, then you'll actually notice that it makes you slippery, and the more that's attached to you, the slipperier it becomes, but it does not damage you. So, yeah, they're not actually that annoying. And plus, you can shoot their shots, so it's they are nothing. And I'm not sure whether Ballade dislikes disappointing his foe, or whether or not he dislikes a disappointing foe. It's kind of ambiguously worded right there. He also likes being number 1, which, I'm not necessarily one who cares for that. I'm like Goku, and not in the way that, he's some sort of big, grandiose hero or anything like that, but rather that I like finding harder and harder challenges. I'd be disappointed to find that I'm the best in the world, or that, I can't possibly get any better. Because that's no fun. I want to find out that I can be better and better. Meanwhile, Vegeta is someone else who's, he, has to be number 1. There's no other option for him. I'm not really the same. It's he prefers to be, the best, regardless of, whether that means he can be better. He would be pleased to find that he's the best, and that there's nothing that anyone could do to get better. And I am not the same way. One thing I feel I should mention, though, is that this video is probably going to be longer than 30 minutes, and if that's the case, then I'm sorry, but it's just that I had to, like, get this done. Like, I don't want to have to make another extra video, because it's like, I'd like to be able to show off everything in this one video, not have to, like, split it into multiple ones. Like, I like competing against people, but the first competitor and most important one is myself. I like to get better, and my biggest opponent is always the previous versions of my performance. But here are the challenges, and there are two types. One that you can select and, like, carry them out, and the other type is Challenge 2, which they're ones that you need to beat the game in certain conditions, or, like, do things in the main game itself, like you can't do it by, like, selecting it. But Challenge 1 is what I wanted to show off mostly. I have a pretty high rank, C rank, because, like, I played this a good deal. And the reason there are some challenges that I didn't complete in Challenge 2, like Tenacious or things like that, that's because this is the original version and I haven't played this, like, in years. Not because I didn't like it, it's just I was mostly busy with other games and other games in the series. But anyway, as I was saying, these challenges can range from, like, well, you saw the shooter thing, where it was like you just walk to, you just, like, shoot the target that's right in front of you. Oh, so challenging, what a scary, I don't know what I'm gonna do that's so difficult. But, yeah, a lot of them aren't that easy. Like, the ones on hard, like, demands that you beat them without taking damage and while using the Mega Buster only. Yeah, I ain't beating the Block Devil on hard with that. Good luck! But there are a lot of other ones that you can do. Ones that involve you to, like, get through obstacles and, like, with an enemy force, and those can be fun and entertaining. They're not, like, a major selling point or anything, but they're fun for what they are. They're an interesting distraction. One thing that I forgot to mention about Anchor, he dislikes foreign robots. Them German foreign robots, they're stealing our jobs or something, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to that, but yeah, you can also fight against every boss, and those can be fun, like, on any difficulty too, and you can only be Mega Man. Well, I mean in the original version. I think you can be other characters in the Legacy Collection version, but only if you choose extra challenges in the menu. But, I digress. They can take some skill in order to beat, but, yeah, they're not too bad. Although, like, some of them, like, good luck beating the hard mode versions of them. That's really all I've got. The challenges are kind of fun. They're not great, but they'll do. And they're enjoyable. But as for the other things that we'll cover, I'll also be going over, like Endless Attack, and that can also be fun. And I'll be heading back to the Legacy Collection version because here's the secret. I didn't download it, went for the original version. And Endless Attack can keep your attention. It's fun. Basically, it's a gauntlet where you, like, get through a mountain of enemies. And, you know, that can be fun. You go through them and, like, get through as many screens as possible without dying. And I'm not gonna be showing off everything in Endless Attack again, even though this video may last over 30 minutes. I want to keep it as short as I possibly can. But, Endless Attack, it's not necessarily something that you want to take lightly, and there are also a lot of references to previous Mega Man games, including a few references to Mega Man 5. I've encountered a reference to Bubble Man's stage, and I think maybe also a Tomahawk Man's stage. That's fun. That's nice to see references to previous Mega Man games. There's also one reference to a Flash Man stage, and that's also pretty fun. You don't see those every day. Like, Metal Man is referenced all the time. Same with Quick Man or Wood Man, or things like that, but yeah, not Robot Masters like Flash Man or anything, which is a shame. Right here, you can reverse the jump and shoot buttons. I'm fine with Type A, thank you very much. See how many references to previous games y'all can spot, just for fun. And Mega Man 2 is of course my favorite, so it's nice to see them referencing what I consider to be the best in the classic series. And it's always fun. There's also a reference to Elecman's stage, so that's pretty fun too. Now, I didn't show Endless Attack in Mega Man 9, I mean, well, I did, but barely. I got like 9 screens in. But here I'm actually going to show it off. And basically you need to get to like a blue thing that teleports you places. And so that's that's your goal. And I also haven't really explained the the weapons you get from the Mega Man killers. Anchor gives you the Mirror Buster, which allows you to reflect enemy projectiles, like every single one, or at the very least, almost all of them.
And that comes in handy a lot. It's wider than Proto Man's shield, too, so it's like, not only does it do that, it reflects them back at the enemies in something that does a healthy amount of damage. That is really useful. And of course, that's good, but furthermore, Punk gives you the Screw Crusher, and that is also really good. Basically, it shoots at screws in an upward arc, and you can, like, use them to damage things. They'll, like, go up and then go down in an arc, and that can be really useful, too, because it uses a ridiculously small amount of weapon energy. But you almost have to try to run out of that. And that alone makes it very useful, but it also, like, it can be used for, like, rapid fire, and it's really good. And so it can be quite useful in a number of fights. And furthermore, Ballet gives you the Ballet Cracker, which is totally not racist, by the way. But as I was saying, it basically serves, well, it's like the Metal Blade from Mega Man 2, except it explodes. You also can't fire it directly down, but you can shoot it diagonally, forward or backwards, or up. So it's like all 7 directions. You can't shoot it down, though. And that is really awesome. You can only shoot one at a time, but it uses about as much energy as the Metal Blade itself. Need I explain why that's so awesome? Because it is just ridiculously awesome. And you also run into Robot Masters in Endless Attack. Like I found who was a Sheep Man right there, and I edited the fight out, because, well, it's really important, because it's like, why am I going to show that? It's pointless. But I'll just cut to, like, when I actually die, the farthest I can get. And so, here I am at the farthest that I can get, and, like, I died right there. So, that's pretty good, 120 streams. But next up is Nitro Man's stage. And we're actually going back to Nitro Man's stage because 1, I want to show off several of the weapons. 2, I want to show off Easy Mode, because this game actually reintroduced the difficulty select. And so, with that, a lot of the enemies are different. The Secretary Joes, or whatever they're called, they only fire 3 shots in a row, as opposed to 2, 3, and then another 3. But I've fiddled around with the water shield, and it turns out that you actually can knock these shields off of the Pretzel Joes, or whatever they're called, with the water shield, so you don't gotta be base or anything like that. You can do it as either Mega Man or Proto Man. But another thing is that the tracks are slower, and you'll often run into various platforms that are placed there for easy mode. But another thing that you'll find is that easy mode is full of Yashichis. Basically, they're the one-time item that you ran into in the first Mega Man game, and that we haven't really seen since Mega Man 8. You could get them in Mega Man 8. But once you get the Yashichi, it refills all of your life and weapon energy. That's pretty good. But now it's on to Nitro Man himself, and Nitro Man himself is extremely easy on easy mode. He moves a lot slower and has a much wider range. I mean, if I were actually trying, I could beat this guy in easy mode without taking any damage. Using the Mega Buster. It's a joke. All of the bosses are jokes on easy mode. I'm not gonna show off every single difference for easy mode, just a few select ones. Next up would be the shop items. I didn't really show any of these off in Mega Man 9, and that's because I was saving them for this game. You have the Eddie Call, which allows you to summon Eddie, and he'll give you a few items. Still a purse, and the items he gives you are random. There's also the Shock Guard, which protects you against spikes, and basically it'll look like a hit when you hit a spike, like a regular hit, except you won't be damaged at all. And the Mystery Tank works exactly like it does in Mega Man 5. The Shock Guard, no, I already explained that. The Beat Call, that basically functions the way it did in Mega Man 7. When you fall into a bottomless pit, Beat will come to save you. And then there's also another item that reduces damage by half. And so that's pretty good. The Book of Hairstyles removes Mega Man's helmet, but you also take double damage. And Commando Man's stage, I may as well show all of this off, because the Screw Crusher is really awesome, and just look at how it's destroying everything in sight. Like, each one does a small amount of damage, but because it uses so little weapon energy, you can rapid fire. And look at that, I ain't even down to like I didn't even lose a quarter of the energy from it. That's how overpowered it is. And there are actually some things that you can get if you beat the game without your helmet on. Well, if you beat all 8 bosses without your helmet on, or beat any of the bosses without your helmet on. But there's beats in action. And that's pretty useful. And the thing with the Barrade Cracker, that's another great weapon that works against the Pencil Neck Joes, or whatever they're called. And you have to actively try to run out of the Screw Crusher. That's just ridiculous. But the Thunderbolt is kind of useless. It's not the worst, but it's also not very good. And like, you see it's like, all 3 of the special stage weapons on the other hand are amazing. And these alone, I think, would make this game have a great selection of items. But then you also have things like the Triple Blade, and I would argue the Wheel Cutter is also pretty awesome because it can be used like a Search Snake. It's slower, but it still works pretty well. But another thing about it is that the weapon energy that you get, and the Rebound Striker is alright. And like the thing that you get from What's-His-Face, from Solar Man, that's also decent. And the thing that you get from What's-His-Face, I keep saying What's-His-Face, but the Chill Spike is pretty decent. It works well for freezing the big guys, and you also get the Water Shield, which is awesome as well. And you can buy the helmet to put your helmet back on. I don't know why you need to buy it again, but whatever. And if you die, then you just revert to having your helmet back on. But the Shock Guard protects, like, no, what's it called? The half damage thing. Like, that can make this game ridiculously easy even on hard mode. Like, look at this. I'm taking, look at how little damage I'm taking. I haven't even lost a quarter of my health. But I may as well use some of the other weapons as well. This is it, folks. We're coming to the end of the Mega Man retrospective. And the Wheel Cutter can also be used to scale walls, and that can make it very useful for speedrunners. In fact, from the videos I've seen, they make extensive use of the Wheel Cutter because it can be used to scale walls quickly. And it's kind of underrated, actually. Like, sure, I won't say it's as good as like a Blood Ball, but it's still pretty good. It's almost as good. It's just not as fast as a Blood Ball, which is why I say it's not as good, but it's still an awesome weapon. When people say this game is like Buster Weapons, like, are we even playing the same game? So here are the skins for the filler things that if you select it like Hand-Safe Filter. And the first one is for the main menu, and this is for Proto Man's version. But there's also a third version for Base. And I'm going to be showing that off. And since I'm playing as Base, I may as well also show off like some things that he can do, like the items in his shop. I'm not showing off any of the items in like Proto Man's shop because they're the same except he has view. However, with the Base, there are some slight differences. The treble item is just like the, what's it called, the Eddie Call, except it gives you fewer items, which again is fair since it kind of breaks the game. And the treble rescue is like the Beat Call, except just like when Base is wearing the treble boost, he can fly, well, I mean, you can do that with B, but he can shoot in 3 directions if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, we'll see. But anyways, this video was actually meant to go up yesterday, but the thing with that is that, like, I misspoke it with that, and so I said that it would be uploaded the day before Mega Man 12 released in the last video, and it wasn't, it was supposed to be released today, but
I'll pretend that that's my intention all along, just because it's how things roll. I'll, like, act that like that was my plan all along. It was actually my plan to release it on October 1st all this time. And you fools thought that was an accident! Even though it totally wasn't. Don't tell anyone! Seriously, don't tell anyone! This game is only the start. Begun, the Wily War has. But seriously, this channel is turning into prequel memes before your very eyes. That and Dragon Ball memes. I don't intend for it to be so. But as you could see, the treble item, it gives you only 1 item. And I guess I was wrong about the treble rescue, because, like, I wasn't able to shoot from it, but I don't think so, but anyway, I'll show off the Rebound Striker, which is very useful in narrow hallways because it's harder to miss. And it comes in handy, like, the more you throw it, like, the more it bounces off, that is, the more damage it does, which is one thing that it has going for it over the Gemini laser in Mega Man 3, but I digress. Last but not least, the M-Tank, if you use it at full life and weapon energy, turns all enemies on screen into 1-ups just like it did in Mega Man 5. I believe it does that in Mega Man 9 as well. But that's almost it. Except now it's time for the part y'all have been waiting for. Quote-unquote box art time! And we'll start off with the American box art as always, and this is weird. It's both butt ugly and cool! At the same time! How is this possible? How is it possible for it to look both butt ugly and cool? My mind is expanded! New things are possible! And what about of course, you figured as much! The Japanese box art looks awesome too. What else were you expecting? But this time, and I know it sounds weird, I actually prefer the American box art just because of how weird and cool it looks. And one note on the end screen, it's actually the same one that I've been using before, like, it's actually the box art, except for one difference, and that's that there's more stuff on it, so it's based on the American box art, but it's not identical. And with that, we're done, folks. We have finally completed the most recent Mega Man game as of the time this video releases. But that won't be the case, because soon we will be witnessing the release of Mega Man 11. Soon it will be the most recent Mega Man game released. It's coming out tomorrow, October 2nd. Expect an LP from me fairly soon. Maybe not within this week. Likely sometime in October. We will start on the final game in the Numbered Classics series. See y'all then. This is the Mississippi King signing out. We have hereby finished Mega Man 10.